Hey everybody, welcome to Lumiere Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Clair Summer and I'm going to be doing your pick a card reading for you today. Today we're looking at should you stay or leave. Okay, so this is for anybody who's in a relationship or in a sort of situationship whereby you aren't, your relationship isn't really defined and you don't really know what's going on, and you are considering, in either of those possibilities, you're considering whether you should continue with this relationship or whether you should leave it. Okay, but remember, this is just a general reading, so if it doesn't resonate with you, please just feel peaceful and go out and find the message that does resonate with you so that you can get the message from Spirit that you need in your circumstances. Now, just a quick disclaimer, remember, because this is just a general reading, only take the message if it resonates with you. I realise that this is quite a highly charged emotional topic. So today I want to just also say that you may not get a black and white answer as to what to do. Okay, so I don't know what's going to come up in the cards. I don't cherry pick my cards. Some of the message may be considered negative. I'm not going to sit here and create, a bedtime story for you. I'm just going to tell you what I see in the cards. And that may not be a definitive answer and it may not be what you want to hear. But I'm going to give you the message that Spirit wants to bring through for you today. Okay, so just take a moment to reflect within yourself and just see if you genuinely want to know the answer to this question, if you feel like it will give you some help in making your decision. Okay, and just give you something to reflect on. So that's the sort of aim of this reading for you today. Okay, this is a timeless reading, so whenever you discover this reading, then please know that there may be a message here for you today. Okay, so this is group 1, group 2 and group 3. Group 1, group 2 and group 3. All the timestamps for these 3 groups are in the description box below this video. You can find them there. I ask that you choose from your intuition today. So just take a moment to drop down into your body, take a few deep breaths and choose from your gut instinct or intuition, that quiet inner voice that we all have to guide you as to which of the 3 groups you can choose today. Okay, while you do that, I will just let you know that my book Love Academy is now available through my website. It's for helping you to manifest your soulmate and to attract soulmate love into your life. So if you're interested in finding more about that, you can find that through my website, which is linked in the description box below this video. People have been saying that it's really helped them to change their perspective about things and change their vibration so they're more in alignment with attracting their soulmate, and they've been getting amazing results with that. Alright, but I'm looking forward to doing this reading for you. I'm looking forward to spending time with you today, and I will see you in a moment. Hey everybody, this is the reading for group number 1. So I'm going to take a look at the energies in these cards and see what messages we have from Spirit regarding whether you should stay in this relationship or consider leaving. Okay, do bear in mind it's just a general reading, so just take what resonates and leave the rest. Okay, so we've got Page of Wands, 3 of Swords, Queen of Wands, the 7 of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, the Chariot, 10 of Wands, and the 6 of Swords. Okay, I'm just going to leave the oracle cards here for a moment and we'll take a look at the messages in those. After we've had a look at the tarot. So I see that this relationship started with a lot of passion, like a lot of attraction, a lot of passion, and a really beautiful magnetic connection. I feel like maybe one of you is waiting for somebody to take action. Somebody in this connection is waiting for the other to take action, or waiting for them to sort of put the work in or make the effort or say what it is that needs to be said to sort of turn this situation around, but that isn't happening right now. I'm sensing that one person in this connection has a lot more enthusiasm, passion and energy for the relationship than the other person. The other person, I feel, isn't really pulling their weight in this connection. This is what I'm sensing. I'm sensing that somebody's putting their all in to try and, you know, sort of make it happen and just go, come on, love me, I'm lovable, you know, look how sexy I am, look how much fun I am, look how much fun that we can have together, you know, really trying to sell themselves or sell the idea of the relationship to the other person, and just someone in this connection isn't really having it, or they're a bit hot and cold, or you know, giving mixed messages, or you know, just not putting in that same amount of effort. But I sensed that it was very, very loving and warm and affectionate and passionate in the beginning, and that energy has sort of died back a little bit. But definitely I've got this sense of just sort of waiting for somebody in this connection to sort of say something meaningful, or say how they feel, or something like this, and it's just not, you know, they've just not been forthcoming with that. And then we have the, you know, this Three of Swords energy. So I'm just seeing, you know, a lot of despair, a lot of heartbreak, just so I can feel it in the heart space, this very heavy-hearted energy that I'm picking up on here. You know, it's just like, you're just wondering where all the love has gone, you know, why you're not connecting like you used to, why everything that you're doing to try and make this relationship work isn't working, and it's just causing all this heartache, this despair, this sorrow. You know, it feels like a loss because you had so much, you know, you just felt like it had like a lot of potential, you know. And I do see that there is attraction still there. I do see that there is, you know, passion still there. I do see that there is still energy invested in this relationship, but it's just sort of not working at this time. I should say that Leo's energy is represented here, as well as Aries energy and Cancerian energy. They're the predominant energies that we're seeing in this reading, okay? So I feel like what's happening now with this Seven of Pentacles energy is that, you know, somebody in this connection is really reflecting on the energy and the time that has already been invested in this connection. So it may even feel like, you know, we've come this far, can we really give up on it now? Or can I really give up on it now when I've invested so much of myself in it? Or, you know, I've given a year of my life, or 10 years of my life, or the best years of my life, or, you know, I've moved locations for this person, or, you know, I gave up this other relationship for this person. You know, I just feel like some sort of sacrifice has been made for this person in terms of time or energy, and you're just reflecting on that, thinking, well, was it worth it? Or, you know, I've put this effort into this connection now, and now it isn't really worth it, but I feel like I can't let go of it because of this investment that has been made. You know, so you're like at this turning point, you know, do I keep pouring energy into this connection? Do I keep pouring love in this connection and not getting it back? Because, you know, you're pouring love into it, but you're still getting hurt. You're pouring energy into it, but you're still getting hurt. This is what I'm seeing here. So, you know, there's definitely some despondency here about, you know, the effort that you have put into the connection without seeing the results, okay? We have this Two of Pentacles in reverse. So I sense, you know, this has been quite emotionally stressful for somebody in this connection, maybe for both of you. I feel like there has been a lot of turmoil, that it's been quite up and down and hot and cold and on and off, you know, this sort of fluctuating energy. But I feel like it's come into a more peaceful time, or, you know, in this moment, I just feel like as a result of this reflection, that someone in this connection is doing, that they're able just to reach a point of stillness, of reflection, of not being sort of, you know, tossed around on the waves, not being, you know, in this sort of stormy sea. You're able to sort of step back from it and look at it with, you know, in an impassive way, from, you know, which will give you more clarity when you step back from it. And this is what I'm seeing here with the Two of Pentacles, this ability to step back and reflect in this moment, which I think is something that you're going through right now. Just like, you know, I feel like there's been a lot of drama in the connection in the recent past. I also sense, you know, that maybe in the recent past, you know, you haven't, you know, maybe you're not quite in communication and somebody's waiting for a message, or somebody's waiting for that person to make that big gesture. I also see that for some of you, maybe you're trying to manifest a better result in this connection. I see like you've been putting a lot of sort of, you know, some of you in this group may have been trying to manifest a better outcome for this, you know, doing the vision boards and, you know, doing the manifestation work and the affirmations, and not really seeing the results that you've wanted. But this time of reflection is really giving you some peace, some solace. It's allowing your emotions to calm down a little bit so that you can you know, get the clarity that you need and just feel like a little bit better within yourself, so that you are able to make a good decision about the future of this relationship. Okay, and then we have this Knight of Swords energy, which I think is, you know, this is a card of swift action. So as I see you making, somebody in this connection making a very definitive decision about what to do next. And, you know, this is really, I feel like, you know, as a result of this time and things being more settled, I do see that information is going to come in as a result of this. You know, I just feel like this information is really going to give you the, you know, it's going to give you the information that you need to make the decision. Okay, so it may be that you just get clarity and you're just like, actually, when I look at this in the cold light of day, this isn't what I really want. It may be that you get some more information about that person's character, who you're in the connection with, or you look at their character impassively and just think, actually, you're not the person that I used to know, or not the person that I thought you were, and I don't want to invest in you anymore. Okay, but I feel like you are just going to be cutting through the crap. This card is really saying you are going to cut through the crap, you know, and that crap may be you know, daydreaming about the possibilities, or, you know, falling in love with the possibilities rather than falling in love with the reality. I feel like you're going to have, like, what I'm hearing is that you're going to get a reality check about this situation. So not the dream that you want, not the possibility that you want, but the actual real life reality, what you are looking at in this person right now, and that is going to give you the information that you need to overcome your resistance. You know, to overcome, you know, you can pontificate, you can have this thing going through your mind all day, every day. But at the end of the day, you've got to make a decision, and I see you making a decision based on logic and not your emotions. And that is going to allow you to cut through the crap, to cut through any nonsense. You know, I just feel like there's been a lot of nonsense. It's made you very unhappy, and that you're going to be able to cut through that nonsense and then take swift action as to what you want to do next. And I see you moving forward with, you know, just overcoming this resistance, whatever it is that's been holding you back, whatever it is that has hooked you into this relationship. You are going to be able to slice through that and then move forward very quickly. I see a quick change happening, but it's going to be a quick change as a result of how you feel inside. Okay, you're not at the mercy of any external influences. You are in the driving seat of your life. Okay, you command your own destiny. You will decide what is the outcome for this relationship. Okay, so that you're not just you know, on this stormy sea, just being at the mercy of whatever the weather is of this relationship, whatever emotional things are happening outside. You will be centered. You will decide what is best. And I see you making a decision to move forward with fresh energy, and you know, and just seeing with crystal clear clarity where it is that you want to go next, how it is that you see your life really panning out, and just, you know, getting a reality check and just thinking, well, if I stay in this situation, it's just going to be more of this. This is what I see happening. Okay, so we have this Chariot energy, you know, again, two cards together of fast moving energy and fast moving change, both of them talking about your own strength of will and your own strength of character. Okay, I see you having to be quite strong to make this decision, because there has been a lot invested in this relationship. This isn't a decision to be taken lightly. You know that. You've invested a lot in this. But I see you, you know, if you're coming from your logical space, you know, and this is really what Spirit is saying, base this decision on the facts, base it on logic. Don't base it on these muddy emotions, because you just get pulled back into it all the time. So I see, you know, this conflict between your head and your heart, but your head winning out, you know, that logic, that clarity will give you the illumination that you need, and then your strength of character, your strength of will pull you forward into your future. I see you, you know, having to be quite disciplined to do this, you know, if that's what you decide to do. But you know, this is what I just see in the future coming up for you, that you will be quite disciplined. I sense actually that there may be, you know, looking at these energies, you may decide between you both to give it one last chance, you know. I see you may be giving it one last chance with this Chariot energy and the Ten of Wands, but ultimately the burden is going to be too much. Whatever it is that isn't working, you're going to really be able to feel that and understand it. You know, it isn't for a lack of love in the relationship. I think maybe the practicalities of this relationship, or the relationship being so one-sided, is ultimately what helps you to make the decision, okay? Because it's just going to feel like you're pushing a rock uphill. It's going to feel too hard. It's going to feel like it's too much hard work. It's too draining, and it's at the cost of your own goals and dreams, of your own spiritual expansion, of your own you know, your own self-worth is what I'm seeing. So I see you making this decision between your head and your heart. I see the head, the logic winning out for you. I feel like you're going to move forward with grace and ease. You're going to be able to cut through the crap. You're going to be able to move forward, you know, if you decide to move on from this relationship with a lot of power. What I see with this card is you stepping back into your power. And I feel like you haven't felt that for a while. I feel like this person used to make you feel like you were on top of the world. And maybe you've invested quite a lot of your self-worth in, you know, you've given over your self-worth to this person and let them decide how worthy you are. But you know, that's looking for outside validation. It doesn't matter what this person thinks of you, it only matters what you think of you, okay? So I see you stepping back into your power with this. I'm feeling very good about it. You know, I just feel like making the decision rather than living in this limbo. You know, these are really energies of being in limbo. You know, you're getting stuck in the pain all the time. You know, making a clear-cut decision, seeing things logically, is going to put you back in your power, and you're going to feel really good. You're going to feel the best that you've felt for ages. This is going to create like a good 180 in your life. It's going to create like a lot of opportunities and a lot of positive change for you. This is a card of success that we're seeing here. And it's yang energy. It's a success as a result of your own passion, your own power, your own decision to drive through and to push through any difficulties. You will have bad days if you decide to leave this relationship, but ultimately you will be successful in this. You will be successful, and there may be some bad days, and you know, some days your heartstrings will pull on you, but ultimately I just feel like the weight of this is too much to bear. You know, and sometimes love isn't enough. You can love somebody, but you know, if they're not willing to put the work in, or they're not emotionally available, or they're not you know, as committed as you are, I've said it before and I'll say it again, a relationship is 50-50, not 80-20, not 90-10. Okay, so if they don't have the emotional maturity, if they're not in a space in their life where they can really have that sort of relationship, it's not your fault. Okay, so I see you moving forward. I see you being able to leave this burden behind you. You know, although you may have a few bad days, on the whole, they're going to be good days. You're going towards this sunshine. You're going towards this success. I feel like this is going towards, you know, this is a really positive card. It will be a positive decision for you if that's what you decide to do. Okay? So, you know, and I think, you know, don't let your emotions dominate you. Come from that logical space, look at it with clarity, and go forward from that space. Okay, but you are moving forward with this Six of Swords energy into your bright new future. And I just feel like your life's going to change very quickly. Once you've made that decision within yourself, your life is going to change very quickly. Your life is going to expand. I feel like, you know, once you get out of it, it's going to feel like your life has become very narrow, very small, you know, and that there are lots of opportunities for you. There are lots of dreams and goals that you can go for. There are lots of places that you can travel to. This is really a card of traveling. There's a lot here about you traveling. You know, maybe you want to go on a journey. Maybe there's a part of the world that you really want to see. Maybe you just want to move to a different city, start afresh. But I see you moving on. I see you being supported in that energy of moving on through other people. I sense that your friends will support you in this. I sense that you'll have all the support that you need. I sense that the universe is supporting you in this. And I sense that you're moving towards a brighter future. Okay? So, you know, that may not be what you want to hear, and I know that you have invested a lot and that your heart is very invested in it. But when you look at it in the cold light of day, I feel like, you know, once you make that decision, you'll overcome that resistance and move forward into something much more positive, which is more in alignment, what I'm hearing, with the truth of who you are. Because I just feel like you're really growing as a person, and maybe the person that you're connected with isn't growing in the same way or as quickly as you are. Okay, so remember, this is just a general reading. This is just the energies right now that I'm looking at for you, you know, so only take this message if it is resonating with you, and it is just something to contemplate. It isn't you know, a hard and fast definitive outcome. I'm just saying the most likely outcome based in this situation, but all of this is based on your own power and your own decision. You know, I'm feeling like such a lot of, you know, empowerment and expansion. Let's take a look at the Oracle cards. So we have, my happiness is a direct reflection of my level in the faith of the universe. This is from the Universe Has Your Back Oracle deck. You know, this is really saying, you know, have faith in yourself, believe in yourself, and all will be well. And you are always divinely supported and guided in whatever decision you make. Okay, so just know that, you know, always connect in with your spiritual self when you're going through these difficult times. You are not alone. If you feel like you're alone, you've just lost that connection to spirit, to you know, the greater oneness, and that is always available to you. All you need to do is just say, I am open, I open my heart, I am willing to connect, and you will be able to reconnect to that energy which is always there to nourish you and guide you. Okay, we have this card Despair. So I'm just saying, you know, this just reflects what we've been looking at, you know, with this Three of Swords energy. You know, it has caused you to feel despairing. It has caused you to feel you know, the difficulties in your life, you know, in this you know, in this relationship that you've been going through. You know, you have really just had enough of feeling in those low vibrational energies of feeling that way. I sense that you've had enough, you know. And then we have this beautiful card, look at this, as the outcome, Cosmic Egg. Very similar to the World card in the tarot. This is a closing of a cycle. I love the colours in this. If you don't know, this is from the Spirit Animal deck, from the Wild Unknown, I believe. I love working with these cards. Okay, so it's a closing off of a cycle and the beginning of a new cycle. A beginning of something new, fresh energy coming in for you, you know, being able to leave these heavy energies behind and move into this energy of expansion. This card is also really about spiritual expansion as well. So I sense that you've learned a lot as a result of connecting with this person. You know, you've learned a lot of spiritual lessons. You've both helped each other to grow on your journey towards enlightenment. Okay, and I just feel like soon you're really going to be able to understand that in a heart space and in your inner psychic space as well. Okay, so you know, you will get there. If you believe that you can't get there, you will get there. You will get the answer. You will feel empowered as to the decision that you make. You know, if you feel like things are difficult, you can get through it. This is really a card of your own empowerment. It's really a card of, again, saying that you are divinely supported and guided on your journey. Okay, I see you really releasing any limiting beliefs as well. So if your limiting beliefs are I will never find love again, or no one will ever love me like that, or I can't attract the love that I desire, or what I want doesn't exist, all of these things, I see you just slashing through those limiting beliefs, cutting through that crap, cutting through that negativity, and reprogramming your mind. You know, like, our lives are a reflection of our subconscious minds. This is what this card is really saying. So, you know, if our lives are a result of what we believe, we may as well believe something good. We may as well believe something really beautiful and good for ourselves. So this card is saying, believe in yourself, believe in your possibility, believe in, you know, the highest vibration. And then that will become your reality. You will become magnetic to that. Okay, so this is a card of transformation, and it is a card of awakening. So, you know, what it is that you need to know as a result of this connection will soon be revealed to you. I'm hearing all will be revealed, okay? Soon, in the next few weeks, this is coming. All right. So I see you putting this despair behind you, making a positive, affirmative decision about what you want to do, but that isn't a result of fate. It's a result of your own decision-making process, and I see you having the grit and the determination to really get through that challenging time and then come into this, from this narrow space, into this beautiful expansion. Like, your whole world, right? Your whole world is just opened up into beauty and opulence and opportunity and abundance of affection, an abundance of love, an abundance of possibilities. Okay. That's everything that I have for you in this reading today. It has been my honour to read your cards, as always. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. Do connect with me down in the comments. I love to hear what is going on with you in your lives. Do remember just to take what resonates and leave what doesn't resonate. You know, whatever has helped you in this message today. Okay. Do check out my book, Love Academy, if you feel called to. It is for you know, helping you to come into right alignment with your soulmate and to attract soulmate love. Okay, and it's a beautiful balance of you know, the spiritual and energetic aspects of that, but also practical solutions in the 3D world as well. It's a nice balance of advice in both those areas. Okay, people have been writing to me every day saying that it has helped them to overcome their blocks and to feel better in difficult situations. All right, but you are always in my thoughts, and I am sending you so much love at this time. I wish you all the best in your situation, and I hope to see you again soon here on Lumiere. You take care now. Bye bye now. Hey everybody, this is the reading for everybody who picked group number 2. So I'm going to take a look at the energies in these cards. We're going to see what messages Spirit has for you regarding whether you should stay in this relationship or leave it. Okay, but just remember that it's just a general reading. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Okay, it's just some food for thought for you today. Okay, so we have Death in the reverse. We have the Page of Swords. We have Page of Pentacles, 3 of Cups in the reverse, 9 of Swords, Justice in the reverse, 10 of Swords in the reverse, 5 of Cups in the reverse, and the Ace of Swords here. We'll take a look at the Oracle cards in a moment after you know, we've looked at the energies in these tarot cards. So what I'm sensing here with this Death in the reverse is that maybe for some of you in this group, you know, breaking up with this person is heavily on your mind, as we would expect. So this is represented here in your reading. It may also be that you have already taken a break with this person, or that you have split up and got back together again. You know, maybe this is a pattern. Maybe this is something that has happened several times, that you've split up with this person and then gone back together with them. So I'm seeing some sort of resistance though to sort of making that final break. This is what I'm seeing with the Death in the reverse, that there's some sort of resistance to making that final break, to really sort of transforming that energy into something else. I also wonder here, because we have the Page of Swords represented here, if perhaps, you know, you did break up and get back together again, then when you got back together again, there was just a lot of hope. You know, this is really a card of hope and fresh energy that things would change, you know, and that things would be better, and that you'd be able to start again, and that you'd be able to start fresh. So this may be something that you've been through in the recent past, or it may just be something that you know, you're going through right now, that you'll hope that you will you know, reconcile and get things back on track again. All right. I think that for some of you in this group, it may be that you're, you know, separated in your situation currently, but you're still in communication with your person via social media, on the phone, texting, this sort of thing. So that is indicated as well. But despite all this fresh energy, what I'm sensing with the Page of Pentacles in the reverse is, if you have had a break, or you did split up for a while, that they didn't deliver. This is what I'm seeing here with the Page of Pentacles in the reverse, that they didn't deliver what they said they would. You know, maybe they said that they would change and they didn't. Maybe they said that things would change and they didn't. And there's definitely, I can definitely sense disappointment as a result of that. You know, just a feeling of loss, a little bit of resentment as a result of this. You know, maybe they just came in, you know, all just like, yeah, we're going to make this work. I understand what to do now, or whatever, and they just nothing has changed. It's just become sort of stagnant. And what I'm sensing from this energy is that, like, someone in this connection isn't learning their lesson. You know, there's some sort of spiritual lesson here. There's something at the nub of this, right, which isn't being addressed. You know, what I'm sensing is that you're looking at the surface of things. You know, you're concentrating on how you feel about each other and that you love each other, and you're trying to fix things as they appear on the surface. But there is something below that. There are stratas below this surface level which go deeper, which go lower, and there is something at the nub of this, and that lesson hasn't been learned. And not only that, it hasn't even been realized yet. It hasn't even been realized yet. So that's what I'm sensing at you know, in the recent past, or at this time. I'm also sensing with the Three of Cups in the reverse, you know, this could just indicate that all the fun has gone out of the relationship, and it's all like really serious conversations all the time, and it feels really heavy. I'm also just wondering if this does indicate, you know, for some of you in this group, that maybe there's some sort of third-party interference. So this could be family or friends who are influencing somebody in this connection, and that is causing friction. It could also be, you know, like more of a traditional third-party situation where somebody else is getting involved. Maybe they've got their eye on somebody else, or maybe just, oh, you know, it might not be like an actual thing that's happening, but maybe they're always flirting with other people, or they're flirting with people online, or they're chatting to people on Tinder. But there's always, like, you don't feel like you are the priority. You don't feel like they're that you are their number one choice, or like you don't feel like they are dedicated to you and treating you with the respect that you deserve. You know, and I'm just sensing, you know, that this has turned into a bit of a nightmare with this Nine of Swords energy. You know, I'm just feeling like this is really a drain on your resources, a drain on your emotional resources. I just have a like an image of a bath with the plug pulled out and all the water draining away. You know, the water is the emotion. So, you know, you're pouring so much into this, and your cup isn't being refilled or filled up with this love. You know, and I'm just sensing it's causing, you know, it's very draining. It's causing a lot of worry and anxiety. I sense there's a lot of worry about the future, what's going to happen. I think maybe there are worries about sort of 3D world issues, you know, to do with, you know, maybe you've got joint finances together and you're worried about that, or you're worried about your children, something like this. There's just, you know, a lot of, you know, rather, you know, it's not just worries about the relationship and worries about whether or not they love you. This is, you know, this goes broader and deeper. You know, and also with this Justice in the reverse, I just feel like, you know, I'm getting a strong sense, you know, that you feel like you're being treated unfairly, you know, that you're not reaping what you've sown. You've sown love into this relationship. You've poured love into this relationship. You've given them second chances, you have tried again, you've done your absolute best, you've been there with your fresh energy, you've been hopeful and optimistic, and you know, you just feel like it's been unfair that, you know, they're not pulling their weight. They haven't put in the same amount of energy, or they haven't delivered on their promises, is what I'm hearing. It may also indicate, you know, sort of legal matters may be involved if you do separate, which is why it is making it, you know, a bigger decision, and, you know, has more gravitas for you, you know. So it may be that we're even contemplating a divorce in this situation, or just other sort of legal matters. Maybe you've got a joint business together and you're joined legally in that way, or joint property, something like this. So I'm sensing that this is all a bit of a nightmare as well, and is adding complexity to the decision that you're thinking about at this time. Okay, that's what I'm seeing for you in this group. It's quite a specific message, but you know, it's necessary for you know, whoever this message is for today. Okay, it's interesting though, because we have this 10 of Swords in the reverse. So what I'm sensing is your person, somebody in this connection, is not ready to give up. They are not ready to give up on this connection right now, okay? There is more energy still invested in this connection. You know, you've invested time, energy, resources, love in this connection, and you are not ready. And I think your person is not ready to give up on this completely. And this 5 of Cups in the reverse does indicate to me that there is healing which can take place in this relationship. Okay, there is healing which is available to you, which can take place in this relationship. You know, because the will, this is very important, the will is still there to make this relationship work. But what it's going to take is getting to the nub of this problem that nobody is looking at, or nobody has seen right now. Okay, so, you know, with this 5 of Cups in the reverse, you know, you can, in the near future, what I'm seeing is that you and your person are going to take steps towards healing. You're going to reinvest in this relationship because you're not ready to give up on it, and you're going to really get to the nub of the problem, and healing is possible, and you are going to start to work towards that healing with your person. And the way that you are going to do that is through understanding each other better. And the way that you're going to understand each other better is through communication, really good communication. And this is going to bring crystal clear clarity as to what is going on. And when you understand each other, I feel like you're going to let go of a lot of the fear and anxiety. And this is going to create the healing space, which is at the base of, you know, which is what is needed to salvage this relationship and to transform the energies. You know, we need some transformation here, which is why we've got the Death in the reverse. The transformation isn't taking place. You know, it can't carry on as it is. It's got to transform. It's got to either end, or it's got to be transformed into something new between you both. So this transformation is possible with this Ace of Swords. So I see this crystal clear clarity coming in for you, where you understand what is the real problem, and that you can heal for real in this connection. You know? With this Ace of Swords energy, and I see this coming in the near future for you. What I'm sensing from Spirit is this is going to come through communication. So what I'm sensing very strongly is that either you will get like counseling or psychotherapy or couples counseling. Okay, this is the advice that Spirit is giving you now, so that you are able to get that crystal clear clarity, so that you are able to do that healthy communication where you are measured and clear in what you are saying to one another, and bit by bit you will start to understand each other better, and that understanding is going to bring renewal. Okay, so I'm not saying you know, in this, you know, this is just a small general reading, so I can't tell you the big future of this relationship, but I can tell you the most likely thing that will happen next. And the most likely thing indicated here is that if both parties are still willing to put more energy into this connection, and you are willing to get you know, an outside opinion, professional help together to understand each other, then you can be successful. And that understanding either way will put an end to this anxiety for you. This will put an end to the anxiety, and at least then you know, you'll either be able to refresh your commitment to one another, or you will be able to get the closure that you need, and, you know, really understand each other better and understand yourself better, and they'll understand themselves better, and you'll understand each other better, and you'll be able to move forward from a place of nourishment and wholeness, and probably still be friends. Okay, so I can't tell you what's going to happen in the way forward future, but this is the most likely outcome and the most, you know, your absolute best chance of rather than just trying to muddle through or hoping for the best or going around in circles. The thing that's going to break this cycle and create this fresh, beautiful energy and change is good communication and understanding. Okay, it may just take one good one good conversation, you know, just making an appointment with that person, sitting down with them and saying, now we're going to talk about things. We're not going to do it at midnight when we're both exhausted. You know, we're not going to be doing it at the end of the day when we've been at work all day and we've both just had a terrible day at work. We're going to sit down at a time when we're both fresh, and we're going to talk this through, and we're going to talk about it until we get to the bottom of it. Okay? So that's what I see here. Let's see what we have in the oracle cards for you. So we have this card Rabbit, and we have the card Confidence, and we have I am the dreamer of my dream. Okay, so this is really reminding you a message from Spirit that dreams can come true. You know, if you do think, well, there's so much potential in this relationship, I don't understand why it's not working. Imagine a good outcome, and it's more likely to happen for you. You know, imagine you coming into union. Imagine you understanding each other better. Imagine you getting that clarity. Imagine that person telling you what it is that you need to hear to feel better in this situation. And, you know, that will help you to create your own reality and, you know, to create a good outcome for you. I just sense with this rabbit energy, you know, that there's a little bit of a rabbit in headlights situation, somebody in this connection is really frightened of the future. It's very reflective of this Nine of Swords energy as well. So, you know, I just feel maybe somebody feels a little bit like they're at the mercy of the other person, you know, at the mercy of their emotions, at the mercy, maybe they feel a little bit controlled by them. You know, like their happiness is all in their hands. You know, don't put your happiness in somebody else's hands. Your happiness is always your responsibility. So, you know, look after yourself first. That's really what we're saying here. So, you know, we have this card Confidence. Divine confidence is completely different from the bravado of the ego. You make space for something larger to take hold. Please fill me with your confidence. Grant me the courage I knew I never had. Okay, it's so beautiful. So, and so apt, you know, with this rabbit energy, you know, if you've got caught up in all these fears of the future, what's going to happen about money, what's going to happen to me, what's going to happen to us, you know, I feel a lot of pressure from that. You know, you can step into your confidence, you can step into, you know, you can align with your confidence is what I'm feeling. You know, be strong in yourself, face your fears that are at the nub of this problem. Maybe your fears are, I'm not enough, or I'm frightened of being alone, or, you know, the wound of I am not enough. You know, it's a little bit deep. We've gone a bit deep. So yes, this is really saying, take the time, step into your confidence. You know, think of a time when you were confident. Think of a time when you stepped out there with strength, believing in yourself. Okay, believe that good can come of this, but most of all, believe in yourself. Okay, but communication and understanding one another is the key to making this work in the future. So I can't tell you if you should stay or go, but I can definitely tell you that if both parties are still willing to invest more in this, then through communication and understanding can bring resolution for you. All right, that's the message that Spirit has for you in this reading today. All right, that's everything that I have for you. It has been my honor to read your cards. Thank you so much for spending part of your day with me. Do connect with me down in the comments. I love to hear what is going on with you in your lives, you know, in your personal situations. If you feel called to, please check out my book, Love Academy. It is for manifesting soulmate love. You know, and it's for people who are dating or people who are in relationships as well, helping to change your vibration and dissolve any blocks that you have within yourself to experiencing soulmate love and a deep connection. So if you recognize a pattern in yourself, then that book will definitely help you to reflect on that. But only if it resonates with you. The link is in the description box below this video, but people have been saying that it has helped them out so much to make changes and to shift their energetic vibration into something higher and more positive. Okay, but yeah, it's been lovely. Do take good care of yourselves. Have an amazing week. You're always in my thoughts. I'm sending you so much love, and I hope to see you again soon here on Lumiere. Take care now. Bye-bye. Hey everybody, this is the reading for everybody who picked group number 3. So I'm going to take a look at the energies in these cards, see what messages we have from Spirit regarding whether you should stay in this connection or whether you should perhaps leave the relationship, okay? But bear in mind, it's just a general reading, so it's just going to give you some food for thought today, okay? So we have the Knight of Pentacles, we have the 5 of Cups in the reverse, we have 10 of Wands in reverse. We have the 3 of Cups, we have Page of Cups in the reverse, 4 of Swords in the reverse, the 10 of Cups, Temperance in the reverse, and the 5 of Swords here for you, okay? We'll take a look at the Oracle cards in a moment. So I see, you know, that you are quite invested in this connection, that you know, that you've been trying to create something solid for the future with this person, that you definitely had you know, that we're talking about today, and you definitely had like you know, you wanted to create a stable home with them, you wanted to create a beautiful future with them, you wanted to have a stable, long-lasting future with this person, okay? And I just sense that that's you know, what's at stake, or that's what was on the table, okay? I feel like things have been plodding along a little bit. I just whether excuse me, I wonder whether for some of you that, you know, maybe things have felt a little bit stagnant, almost as though they have ground to a halt, or that your person isn't really putting the effort in that you that is required to make this relationship work. You know, that they're dragging their heels is what I'm hearing, okay? And that things aren't progressing like you would like them to. You know, maybe they're not going to the next level. Maybe you want to move in together, or maybe you want to get married or get engaged, and this person's really dragging their heels and they're not taking it to the next level, even though you may have been together for quite a while. Maybe that things have got a little bit stagnant between you both. This has indicated, you know, perhaps the relationship has become a little bit stale and boring, or you know, you're just feeling a little bit like the spark has gone out of this relationship, okay? You know, with this 5 of Cups in the reverse and the 10 of Wands in the reverse, I just feel like you know, someone's considering whether they are better off without this person, you know, and that it would probably feel like a bit of a relief for you not to have to worry about them, or not to have to worry about this anymore, or you know, not to have to put all that energy into trying to fix it. So, you know, I just feel like somebody feels in this relationship like it would be a big weight off their shoulders if you know, if it ended, and that's sort of what they've been contemplating recently, in the recent past. You know, it's just something that's on their mind. So, you know, that's natural, you know, when we consider the question that we're talking about today, and that has been reflected in the cards for you, okay? So, it's interesting, you know, we have this 3 of Cups energy. I'm just wondering if perhaps someone in this connection is you know, just spending more time doing their own thing and not enough time investing in the relationship, or perhaps someone is you know, just out having a good time and partying, or spending time with their friends and their family, and they're not spending time with you, you know, to really build on that relationship and, you know, share those experiences and, you know, work things through. They're just, you know, I feel like this might be a surface level thing. For some of them, you know, they might be out drinking, or they might just be drinking, and this is a distraction from the difficulties in the relationship, you know, or they may be out socializing or partying, or, you know, just looking for other people to hang out with, or just looking for any sort of distraction. Anybody that invites them to anything, they're saying yes to it just to get them out the house, but it's just a distraction from their own feelings and what's in their heart. They're trying to distract themselves from any pain that they may be experiencing, and they're trying to distract themselves from asking these deeper questions about, you know, what the future is here in this relationship. Okay, so I see that here, and this also indicated, you know, when I see these cards together, you know, that perhaps the fun has gone out of the relationship a little bit. I think perhaps you or somebody in this connection has forgotten that relationship should be fun, that love should be fun, and that some of that fun has perhaps drained away a little bit. I do sense with this Page of Cups in the reverse, you know, that someone isn't being very sensitive to the other person's needs, wants and desires. They're just not being sensitive to that. You know, perhaps they're not listening, perhaps they're not making time to listen. You know, they're not, you know, perhaps you've spoken about what your needs are and they're not paying any attention to them. You know, it may be that for some of you, you're waiting for like an apology to happen. You feel like an apology is due to you, and that has not been forthcoming. That's causing a lot of resentment, you know, and just like this sort of, you know, you're just waiting for reconciliation to be offered, you know, the apology to be offered, the reconciliation to be offered, and it hasn't been offered to you at this time that we're looking at now. I just feel like someone in this connection is waiting for somebody else to make a move, somebody else to make this right, okay? But with this Four of Swords in the reverse, I do feel like, you know, eventually in the next few weeks there is going to be some time for reflection. Some conclusions are going to be drawn in, you know, your situation that you're in now, and that as a result of this, action will be taken. Some positive action forward to overcome this stagnation is due for you in the next few weeks. I definitely see that happening for you, and it's going to move forward, and what you're moving towards is this Ten of Cups. So there's still so much love in this connection. Your person still has this deep love for you, even though they may be hiding their feelings, they may not be showing it, they may be distracted with other things. You know, they do see you as their everything. They do see you as their soulmate. They do have these deep loving feelings for you, and they do want to be happy with you, but they just don't know how to make that happen, is what I'm sensing. But I'm sensing that this relationship still has the potential for happiness to be there, okay? And I see that action is being taken, and that's going to come for you in the next few weeks. I see, you know, again with this Temperance in the reverse, you know, an overcoming of the resistance and an impatience to get this sorted out. But, you know, I feel that divine timing is at play here, and that things have to be taken one step at a time, because this is at the top of your reading, this Knight of Pentacles energy. So I feel like things have to be taken one step at a time, and that although you may want to rush it, there is going to be no rushing this process, okay? I just feel like if you rush it, because we've got the Five of Swords, it's gonna result in somebody feeling pressured, and that resulting in sort of an outburst, or, you know, just like a poor quality communication that can result in pettiness or misunderstandings, and nobody really being a winner and not really getting anywhere. So, you know, in the near future, this is what I see you sort of having to go through. So I do see that you know, energy can still be invested in this connection. You can still do the work towards making this connection work. I still see that happiness is possible for you, and that a fulfilling relationship is possible here. but I sense that you're going to have to upgrade how you relate to one another, how you communicate to one another, and not rush it. It's going to be like a little bit of a slow process, and it's going to take months rather than weeks to sort this out if you want to take the action and still be invested in this connection. Okay, so that's what I'm sensing here. And also, you know, with this Temperance in the reverse, I just feel like somebody in this connection isn't looking at this connection from a soul-centered space. Okay, I feel like you're very caught up in the surface of things, the surface level of things, and not really looking at the spiritual lessons that are available to you, the spiritual awakening and expansion that is available to you. You know, it all comes, you know, but when I see these cards together with the Five of Swords, you know, I just feel like everybody is coming from a very ego-based place, and the ego is very fragile. It's very, very reactive. I'm hearing respond, don't react. You know, this Five of Swords energy is again very reactive, and you know, it is possible to communicate with the other person and respond to them in a measured way rather than reacting from a place of your ego getting into a defense mode or always acting out of this defense mechanism. I sense that somebody in this connection is always acting out on, you know, on the defensive, out of this defense mechanism, which is causing poor quality communication and, you know, a lack of connection. But you can't connect from that space when you're always coming from the ego, you know, which is easy to do. We all do that. We all come from that ego-based place. But, you know, remember, you are a spirit having a human experience. It's that way round. So, you know, look for the greater lessons that you are learning during this experience. You can't force your person to become more spiritual or to look at the spiritual nature of this experience, but you can go within you. Okay, Spirit is really saying, you know, don't react, respond, and you know, go within you so that you can get centered, is what I'm hearing. Get centered, get grounded, you know, really work on your root chakra so that you can grow those deep roots, so you feel more sure in yourself about what your boundaries are, what you will and will not put up with, and what is important to you in a significant connection. This is the most important decision that you could make in your life, who you decide to spend your life with. So many people get in touch with me regretting the years that they've wasted. You know, it's a very important decision that you are making. Okay, so, you know, get centered within yourself. You are being called to reflect and to do the meditation and to do the inner work, which I know isn't always a lot of fun. You can't help them do their work, but you can always do your work, and then that will be reflected back at you from your life experiences. It's so uncanny how when we change ourselves, other people around us change as well, you know, for the positive. Okay, so you know, your 10 of Cups is available to you. It's here on the table. It is available to you, but you need to rise up. You need to get in touch with your higher self. You need to see this situation from a higher level, rather than always being, you know, down here in this human experience, where it's so easy to get caught up in this reactive state and trying to get one up on each other and trying to get back at each other and trying to, you know, not lose face, you know, with one another. I know what that's like, to always just be so frightened. I think we recognise that, of being the one to be vulnerable. That's what I'm hearing. That then no one lets their guard down, but if no one lets their guard down, then no one can connect to each other in a way that is meaningful. You know? So that's the advice from Spirit for you. Let's take a look at your oracle cards, see what Spirit has to say. So we have the Spirit animal card, Tarantula. Not my favourite card. Not my favourite card, but I'm going to be brave. So this is, let's take a look at the others. We've got the card Striving. as well from the Wild Offering Oracle deck, one of my favourite decks of all time. And this deck that I've been working with, the Universe Has Your Back by Gabriel Bernstein, which says, in any moment I can surrender to the powerful presence of love through prayer, contemplation and stillness. So what were we just talking about? We were talking about getting back to the soul, taking time to reflect within you before you take action. Okay, take time to reflect within you, do that meditation, get centered, maybe do some yoga, something like this, so you can connect with your body, step away from those tumultuous, swirling thoughts and emotions, get centered into who you are before you take action, okay? So again, a strong message from Spirit to you, and also just, you know, do that and then surrender to the divine will. With the Striving card, you know, this is just talking about the, you know, what we were talking about from the beginning, you know, reflecting that, you know, some work is required to make this work, you know, to build this happy future where you're working towards it one step at a time. You're going to have to, you know, put the effort in, and you're both going to have to be committed to that to create this happy ending, okay? So, you know, some work needs to be done on yourself and needs to be put into the relationship. So I sense that there is work that needs to be done within and without, as above, so below, okay? In order to make this work. So the Striving card really just represents that if you want to make it work, then things have to change, actions need to happen, and work needs to be put into the connection. But remember, there is still love here. The tarantula, you know, it represents like a crossroads in your life. It's very Two of Wands energy. You know, again, it's just talking about that decision that you've been contemplating, you know, just thinking, you know, maybe I'm better off without this person. Maybe it would be easier to walk away than to do this work. This is the choice that Spirit is talking about today. You know, do you want to, you know, which is easier for you, you know, to do the work and keep putting the work in, or to walk away? Either way, it's going to be an emotional journey for you, you know? But again, this card says, like we were talking about with the Temperance, it says that the answers, I'm going to show you it really closely, that the answers are within you. This is a card about using your intuition to guide you and about making a wise choice. So always know that the answers are within you when you take the time to slow down, to stop, you know, so you can stop being so reactive. Reflect on yourself and your situation from a calmer place, and you will find that that wisdom, the answer is within you as to whether or not you want to put the work in or walk away and, you know, experience the emotions surrounding a breakup, you know? So, but I do see you making a wise choice about this. So I can't tell you from this general reading if you should stay or walk away, but I'm hoping that the information that you've had in this reading has given you some clarity. You know, in conclusion, there's definitely still love there. There's definitely still the will there to make that work, but it will take work to make it happen. And only you can decide in your personal situation, you know, because you are at that crossroads, if you want to put that work in, or if you want to, if you've had enough now and you want to leave it behind, okay? But I think your best chance, if you do want to put the work in, is to, you know, get to that centered place within you, from that root chakra space, from that quiet inner space, and you will find that you'll get some answers, that your intuition will really kick in for you, and that inner voice will, you know, speak up about what is the best thing to do in your situation, you know, for you. There's still potential here, but there's also, you know, for love. But I just see in the near future there's still going to be some difficulties that you have to get through, and you've got to find a new way of working these out. You've got to find a new way of connecting to yourself in order to connect to the other person, okay? But the answers are within you. Spirit wants to help you. Spirit is, you know, wants to share the messages with you that are pertinent to your own situation right now. So you need to sort of let go and let God. You need to surrender to your higher self, because your higher self always knows. It's the ego that gets in our way, you know. It's the ego that's getting in our way. That's definitely what I'm seeing here. You know, maybe the ego of your, you know, the person that you're connecting with. They're so caught up in their own fears that their ego is pushing you away. You know. But I believe you can make a wise decision. I believe that, you know, if this resonates with you, this is going to help you to do that. And just a little bit of time spent in self-reflection will help you to take the action that you need to take in this situation and make a really wise choice, which will result in the highest good of everybody concerned in this situation. I've absolutely no doubt about that. Okay? And there'll always be love between you. I definitely see that here. There'll always be love between you. But only you know if it's worth putting the work in, okay? And it will be work. It's not going to magically happen. There's no magician represented here. It's going to be real life, 3D work. It may feel a little bit gritty from time to time, but you know, I believe there will be transformation as a result of the work that you put in. Okay? And either way, it will benefit you for your lifetime if you take the time to reflect on the spiritual lessons and the spiritual awakening which is available to you in this moment. Okay? Alright, that's everything that I have for you in this reading today. I hope that reading was beneficial for you. I'm sorry that I haven't given you a black or white answer to your question today. People sometimes get very angry with me about that, but you know, I'm not going to make something up that I don't see here. You know, I do see potential, but I also see work putting in that is needed to make that potential a reality, okay? But I just feel like as a result of listening to this, if you're still with me now, you'll get a sense, you know, it's going to resonate with you. You'll get a sort of inner yes or an inner no. Yes, I want to do the work. I will fight for this, or no, the burden is too much. I've been through too much, or I can't do it on my own. It takes two to tango, you know. Do connect with me down in the comments. I love to hear what is going on with you in your lives at this time. If you feel called to, please check out my book, Love Academy. It's for manifesting soulmate love. You know, whether you're in a relationship or not in a relationship, you're just dating. It's got loads of amazing tips and advice for communicating with, you know, the person in your life to really create effective communication between you both. People have been saying that they've been getting amazing results with this and that they can't believe that they didn't know this information sooner, and that, you know, it makes such a difference to them. So if that resonates with you, there's loads more information on my website, and there is a video on my channel all about that book if you want to find out more. Okay, but otherwise, you are always in my thoughts. I'm sending you lots and lots of love in your situation, and you know, have a good week. Do take good care of yourselves. Remember to look after yourselves, and I hope to see you again soon here on Lumiere. You take care now. Bye bye.